If you would have asked me last year, Perez Hilton, who's the person you most want to interview? It would have been Taylor Swift, because she's really retreated from the media, hasn't given an interview in forever. I'm an OG Swiftie, a true fan with so much knowledge on everything Taylor, and I would slay that interview. But in 2025, the celebrity I most want to interview would be Justin Baldoni. I have so many questions. And one of the many questions that keeps circling in my brain and I am thinking about over and over again is, why did Blake Lively have so much control during the filming and after with their movie It Ends With Us? A film that happened because of him. He got the rights to the novel that the film is based on. His production company produced it. He directed it and he starred in it. He directed it. He's the director, not her. But Blake Lively had say in the soundtrack. She did get a song from her bestie Taylor Swift included in the film soundtrack. She had her husband, Ryan Reynolds, rewrite some of the script. She had her own cut of the movie made. She hired her own editor and had her own cut made. And even though his cut tested better, for some reason the studio went with her cut. And I've just learned in his new lawsuit with the New York Times that she even got to choose her own wardrobe. She had her hands in everything. Yes, she had a producer credit, but often that's just a vanity title, a thank you to talent, and another way to compensate them. It's rare for somebody to be brought on after the fact, after the movie has already been greenlit, after she had nothing to do with it being made or getting to that point. And we're hearing so many discrepancies or lies from her lawsuit to his. In her lawsuit, Blake Lively claims that Justin Baldoni one day on set was an emotional mess just after production had started. Why? Because paparazzi pictures had gotten out there of Blake Lively and she looked old for the role. In the book, her character is much younger than Blake Lively is in real life. In her lawsuit, she claimed that Justin Baldoni started crying over the response that these photos got. And he got so emotional that they ended up talking in her trailer for hours, making the cast and crew wait for hours before production started. According to her lawsuit, she tried to reassure him that she wanted her character to look authentic in the scenes. But Justin Baldoni appeared focused on her sexual appeal above all else. Well, Justin Baldoni is now potentially risking ending a major professional relationship because he has thrown the distributor, Sony, under the bus and told us what really happened. These are the kinds of conversations that a studio has with a director. His lawsuit against the New York Times says these images that we were just talking about were described as unflattering and sparked a backlash from the film's distributor, Sony. Baldoni received criticism from Sony, who voiced concerns about the impact of the photos on the film's public perception. And what's even crazier is, according to the lawsuit, Blake Lively picked out her own wardrobe. What she wore in the movie was what she wanted to wear, what she chose to wear because she's this fashionista. The lawsuit says she was wearing, quote, her self-selected wardrobe. Well, after Sony freaked out over those pictures, he had a conversation with her, which he characterizes as very different than what she claims in her lawsuit against him. Baldoni says of Paparazzi Gate, quote, following these events, the pictures and then the notes from Sony, Baldoni approached Lively in her trailer to discuss necessary wardrobe adjustments. The conversation, while professional, took considerable time and was later grossly misrepresented in Lively's complaint, falsely characterizing the exchange as a lengthy outburst that delayed filming and caused the crew to wait for hours while Baldoni cried in Lively's dressing room. This account, later published by The Times, is false. So what happened? Justin Baldoni does admit that he did briefly tear up during the conversation, but it was for a totally different reason than she implied. His lawsuit says it was in response to what he believed was a genuine compliment from Lively, praising his work as a director and actor. In hindsight, Baldoni recognized this as a manipulation tactic, likely intended to persuade him to continue allowing her unchecked control over wardrobe decisions. Narcissists, manipulators know how to work people. She claimed he made inappropriate comments about her appearance. He says he was just relaying Sony's concerns. And taking it up a notch, Justin Baldoni says that the emotional outburst crying thing that took hours, that didn't really happen the way she described it, and her complimenting him to get her way, he says this incident on the second day of filming marked the beginning of a troubling pattern of manipulative behavior by Lively. Dun dun dun! Jesus, like, it's bonkers. Just wow, everything. Thoughts on these latest developments? Let me know in the comment section.